First at 4 continues.
A new era at the Whitley County Sheriff's Office is set to begin next month. WYMT's Corey Sanning has more from Williamsburg.
For many involved in emergency services here in Whitley County, it did not come as a surprise when Sheriff Todd Shelley announced his resignation 1 year early. Shelley's term is set to expire next year, but in a written letter released to the public, Shelley says he is moving on to the next chapter of his life after 21 years of service. Judge Executive Pat White named Emergency Management Director Danny Moses as the interim sheriff, and Moses says he does not foresee making drastic changes to the current operation, but looks forward to the road ahead.
It's going to be a new experience. I'm hoping to kind of take care of the office. Chief Baker is probably going to take care of most of the road work, the deputies. He's real qualified for that, so I'm going to try to take care of the office, taxes, and so forth.
Moses also says community members need not be alarmed. He plans on serving the area to his fullest ability until a new sheriff is elected. In Williamsburg, Corey Sanning, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, in that letter, Shelley says he looks forward to spending time with his family as well as devoting more time to his church.
Jacket weather continues in the mountains on this Wednesday afternoon. We've spent much of the day under abundant cloudiness, giving us temperatures back in the mid-40s. Buffalo Mountain Camera here in Perry County. Next to that power line, you see the sun trying to peek out of the overcast this afternoon, but it's still hanging on strong out front of the station here in Hazard here at WYMT. Plenty of clouds still overhead. That's what's helping keep those temperatures on the cooler side, mid to upper 40s for just about everybody. A couple of low 50s, Jacksboro, Tennessee, Jonesville, Virginia. Wise, a chilly 37 right now in Southwest Virginia. They're seeing a shower, maybe a sprinkle, or maybe a snowflake or two, depending on just how much of that is reaching the ground. Most of the rainfall is going to continue to stay well to our south as we head through the rest of the night tonight. The clouds, however, are going to continue down into the low 30s tonight. Eventually, we're going to get some of those clouds to clear, and that's what's going to bring up some of the cold weather yet again into the mountains for tonight. We've got frost and freeze alerts, too. I'll detail that and when the temperature looks to bounce back coming up in just a little bit. Steve?
All right, Evan, thank you. Video games have come a long way since the 1980s, but esports are very popular right now, and much of it is due in part to the pandemic. During the past 5 to 10 years, the video game industry as a whole has grown significantly, and along with that growth came competitive gaming. Now, high schools are starting to adopt esports as a more traditional sport. Many schools throughout Eastern Kentucky now have esports teams and dedicated programs. We spoke to UPike's esports team about why the competitive gaming scene has been getting so much attention recently.
With COVID happening, they want to keep their students engaged somehow, and they can't do it with football, baseball, soccer, your traditional sports. And with esports, you can. So I think that's kind of, it was a way of still keeping the students engaged, still growing, not only the sport, but the schools as well, and growing attention on everything.
Alverson, who's in his second year of coaching at UPike, said he and the team was encouraged by the growth of esports and are looking forward to where it could end up in the future. We'll have more from UPike's esports team tonight at 5:30. The Atlanta Braves went into the postseason with the worst record of all the playoff teams. Today, they're World Series champions. The Braves beat Houston 7-0 last night to win the series 4-2. CBS's Janet Shamlian has more from Minute Maid Park in Houston, where Atlanta clinched its first title since 1995.
Left side, Swanson to first. The Braves are world champions.
This was the moment. First baseman Freddie Freeman jubilant as the Atlanta Braves win the World Series, stopping the Houston Astros from putting a single run on the board. A turning point in the third inning.
High fly ball to left and goodbye.
Jorge Soler smashing this 3-run blast out of Minute Maid Park, putting the game out of reach for Houston.
He's the World Series MVP.
And cementing his place as MVP. The celebrations back home in Atlanta went well into the morning hours, capping a victory that seemed impossible just months before. The Braves had a losing record at the All-Star break. Outfielder Ronald Acuna Jr. and projected ace Mike Soroka both were injured earlier this season. But after front office moves this summer brought players like Soler to Atlanta, the Braves turned it around, finishing first in their division. All eyes are on Freddie Freeman now as he enters free agency. Will he stay or will he go?
And I'm at loss for words. This is it. This is everything you worked for.
It was a season of setbacks, but Atlanta overcame them all to clinch their first win of the Fall Classic in 26 years. The parade is planned for Friday. Jenna Shamlian, CBS News, Houston.
The games have begun at Netflix. The streaming service has launched its new mobile gaming platform. Netflix subscribers just need to log on to the app on an Android device. There's a dedicated section where you can select a game to download and play. Right now, the library only includes 5 games. They are Stranger Things 1984, Stranger Things 3, The Game, Shooting Hoops, Card Blast, and Teeter Up. Mobile gaming is only available on Android devices, but Netflix says iOS support is coming soon. Thanksgiving is just 3 weeks away, about 3 weeks away, and many food banks are working now to prepare holiday meals for families and people in need. But it's become a task this year. Food banks say not only are costs a lot higher than normal, but they are struggling to find supplies. Adam Bernison talked with 2 organizations about how to plan to make sure people are fed.
This year, God's Pantry Food Bank is getting ready to serve nearly 6,000 families across Kentucky for Thanksgiving. But due to supply chain issues and even price increases, they had a plan earlier than ever.
For their Thanksgiving Day meal program, God's Pantry Food Bank started preparing earlier this year in an effort to anticipate any issues. Along with the food bank, the Lexington Rescue Mission has been experiencing the same issues as they prepare to cook and distribute roughly 600 meals for those in need during Thanksgiving as well. But not only is there a problem with supplies, but also the cost of supplies once they are able to order or find them.
This year we are seeing a cost increase. The cost of the food that we are purchasing that goes into the sharing Thanksgiving basket, it's up about 14.5%.
Now, both God's Pantry Food Bank and the Lexington Rescue Mission could still use your help, whether it's through donations of money or canned goods. Even for the rescue mission, they're looking for plasticware and even styrofoam boxes, but any help will be greatly appreciated. In Fayette County, Adam Bernison, WKYT.
Well, check out Ford's all-new but really retro-looking 1970s concept electric pickup truck. The company calls the F100 Illuminator concept vehicle a zero tailpipe emissions demonstration truck. It's based on a heritage 1978 F100 pickup. The vehicle boasts 480 horsepower, all-wheel drive, and electric propulsion via 2 powerful electric motors. It's painted avalanche gray with copper accents. The interior features leather upholstery. Coming up on First at 4, millions of Americans are shopping online for Christmas gifts, but lawmakers warn many products on legitimate websites may be counterfeit.
And keep the warm clothes around because we've got chilly temperatures on the way. Going to warm up as well. I'll have the details on that on the way.